August in Paris means summer holiday. Everything slows down. Shops close for a few weeks. Parisians take refuge from the heat on the coastline, or for the most fortunate ones, in their summer homes in the countryside. This either makes you want to do the same, or just the opposite, and rediscover slow living in a fascinating city. This year I've decided to mix the two, so I'm taking some time away from home, and then saving some peaceful resting days when getting back. The one constant, however, will be my reading. Every year I make ambitious TBRs for summer that rarely get completed, but still, the selection process is part of the fun. Here's what I'm planning on reading this August. Summer always gets me in the mood for reading in Spanish, and this one has been on my shelves for a while. 16th century Córdoba and the destiny of a young Moor with a Christian father in the times of the Spanish Inquisition. The main character of the book is the symbol of being in between two cultures, never fully belonging to any one of them. A young man learning to reconcile the two halves of his identity, telling the story of an Andalusia of riches and conflict, but most of all, a story of passion. For English readers, you may find it in the translation of Nick Caister as The Hand of Fatima. Romanian readers will recognize one of the most beloved and praised contemporary authors and translators of the last decades. Radu Paraschivescu never ceases to amaze me when it comes to the diversity of his inspiration. And in this particular novel, The Golden Needle and Gloriana's Eyes, he opens a door into the possibilities of history. Once again, we dive into the 16th century, this time between Italy and England, as we follow two brothers from the rural Umbria region that become famous eye healers. One of them becomes the Pope's personal physician, as the other embarks on a journey towards London to heal Queen Elizabeth I, Gloriana, of cataracts. The back cover calls the novel a tribute to the eye, our sense of sight and colors. Sadly, not yet translated. The 16th century seems covered, so I picked a novel that brings me further back into the Middle Ages. The Blood of Cherry Plums is the story of two sisters, Eleonore and Adelaide, that courageously built unusual lives in times when women had little choice over their destinies. As one of them encounters a great love, the other one discovers a secret passion for medicine, a path of emancipation that brings its fair share of danger and exploration. You might remember my videos on the Driving Over Lemons trilogy by Chris Stewart. I'll leave a link here if you're curious. This time I'm going back to memoirs of life-changing experiences with Peter Kerr's Mallorcan tetralogy. The Kerr family decide to leave their native Scotland and start a new life in Mallorca in the middle of winter. That first part of the adventure is described in Snowball Oranges, the first book of the series that I've read over a year ago. So I decided it's time to continue with One Mallorcan Summer and dream a little of the Mediterranean. I'm sure this will be great fun. This lovely volume was a gift I offered myself almost 2 years to the day, on an ordinary workday, simply because. Translated by Olivier Philipponin from the original Literary Places Inspired Traveler's Guide. My French edition has been a joy to flip through, and I've been saving the pleasure of reading it for a special moment. I think the time has come. A summer escape towards 25 cities and their literary representations. From James Joyce's Dublin to J.D. Salinger's New York, Naguib Mahfouz's Cairo, or Khaled Hosseini's Kabul. I feel I need to get my passport ready before diving into this beautifully constructed book. And speaking of traveling the world, one last addition to my summer reading plans is the latest issue of Books magazine, dedicated to women explorers. The list of personalities is overwhelming, and you already know by now my love of Alexandra David-Néel. What better inspiration in times of travel than the company of 18 brave and intelligent women that weave centuries and meridians into fascinating life stories. I think this one will be a collectible. What are you planning to read on holiday this year? Drop me a comment, I'd love to hear your plans. Just as French people often speak of good food during a meal, I choose to read of traveling while I'm away from home, and probably continue once I get back. This makes me feel I've been around the globe in just 2 weeks, or sometimes an afternoon. Have a wonderful month of August, whether traveling or at home. Until next time, enjoy your reading and your rituals.